Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and I want to talk about Chapter 2 of Vecna, Eve of Ruin, and I want to talk about the Chime of Exile. So, Mordenkainen and Alustriel and Tasha are trying to defeat Vecna, right? And they call the player characters to them with a wish, right? And at this point, they're invested in Alustriel and Tasha are invested in. They believe that the player characters are what has been delivered to them. Actually, the player characters are what has been delivered to them through the wish spell. The story gets pretty wild in that they're like, this is a failed wish spell, and you're like, no, it's not a failed wish spell. Like, the player characters are going to fix this. It's like literally the wish spell did exactly what it was supposed to, right? Doesn't matter what Cass did in the middle there. Mordenkainen disguised as Cass. So, but this Chime of Exile, this really blew me away. So they're like, the player characters can use the Chime of Exile, which Alustriel has, and then it can exile him in the middle of his remaking of the multiverse, the ritual of remaking, right, where he's going to rewrite the entire multiverse to put him at the center, right? And since he's so evil, that creates an evil multiverse, right? An irredeemably evil multiverse, which was quite literally the words that Amanda Heyman used, which I thought were really fascinating. So the Chime of Exile is going to send him to Oerth in the middle of his ritual, right? And then he's going to be locked to Oerth, right? What's really interesting is the reason this would work is he was going to cast his spell from Pandemonium, which is a chaos, and the way you get to Pandemonium is you go to Planescape, you go to Sigil, you go to Pandemonium, and Pandemonium is, these gate towns go to these planes, right? And the plane of Pandemonium would allow him to impact all realms, right? Whereas if he's locked to Oerth, right, he can't access all the realms. I thought this was really well done, and I thought this was an excellent explanation of the Chime of Exile, right? And the way that the team is really doing an excellent job of really like saying, these are the things in Dungeons and Dragons. These are what they mean. This is how they are, how they're mattering and how they're being placed. So I thought that was really interesting that like Planescape is becoming very important, right? If you go to Planescape, you can go to Sigil. If you go to Sigil, you can go to each gate town. If you go to each gate town, you can go to each plane, each major plane, right? So if you want to impact multiple realms at once, Planescape is the place you do it, right? And I just gotta say, and the Radiant Citadel is not needed, right? Like, it's just, wow. It's a lot. It's very, very fascinating. So I was really impressed with how they used the Chime of Exile. Every single word you just heard is my opinion on everything that's cool in Chapter 2 of that section of Vecna, Eve of Ruin. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.